Sweet the whispers in your ear whenever Ember wanders near.
Hi, chat. It's time. You guys been asking for this since the beginning of stream. We're gonna get into it. It is HLC time. Are we ready? Are we ready for HLC? Everybody? Let's do it. Grandpa Buff. Give us the long ball skinny. That made absolutely no sense, but I don't care. I'm rolling with it. Let's fucking go.
Due to Israel's continued aggression, we've decided it is time to close the strait. America, you violated the ceasefire. You ignored the deal, and
What?
we must.
America violated the ceasefire? Huh? I didn't hear about this. Does anybody know what he's talking about? Violating the ceasefire? They blame America for Israel's... Is that what it is? They're blaming America for Israel's actions and thus saying that they violated the ceasefire? Okay. I mean, again, he will explain. I figured he probably would explain. I mean, we all knew that this was not going to last. So, I mean, it's fucking business as usual. The only question I have is, okay, what is the response going to be?
Retaliate. Within hours of the ceasefire being signed, Hezbollah had fired missiles into Israel. We have a right to defend ourselves. That wasn't part of the deal. I have no ability to control Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, any of these.
Motherfucker, you fund them. You literally pay every single one of them and give them their marching orders. Yeah, they are literally your proxies. Don't even try and pull that happy horse shit on any of us. We all know better.
Oh, thank God. I'm so glad I was wrong. Oh, God. That last video, I was very nervous. Look, guys, the whole deal just made me very uneasy. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, I hope I'm wrong. Turns out I was. Maybe this was the 5D chess move all from the beginning.
Well, but what's he doing?
Is that we and our allies agree to stop shooting, but only they stop, and they have no control over their allies. So they knew that the, Hezbollah was going to violate the ceasefire and just start this whole thing up again. I'm so glad I was wrong.
Okay, but the question is like, okay, it was a given that they were going to violate the ceasefire. That was a given. The question is now, what is the response going to be? And furthermore, so much longer, how is this going to pull us further or lengthwise into the continuation of this? Because that is a consideration. The concern that I had the last time still rings true, is there is so much focus on the sandbox that things are being neglected on the home front. That is still my concern. He's oh God, I have hiccups. That he is so focused on playing the sandbox that we're ignoring a lot of the problems that are still happening at home. So I'm not like I don't know what the response is yet. Maybe HLC will bring up what the US's response is, but I still have that concern. I do still have the concern that there's too much focus being over there and not enough focus being directed at home where it should be. So it's like, I'm not raging about it, but I am expressing concern about it.
Ah, hell yeah! Man, it looks like turbines are back on the fucking menu.
The downside is, they're not very satisfying. They get all gummed up in my teeth and stuck in my digestive tract. I'd really like to have something other than Middle Eastern food.
Don't use them as rolling papers, dudes.
Well,
so
Josh.
much sweat and sand in those, it's all gritty. So on top of coughing, you also feel like you face fucked a muffler and fucking
Jesus!
Tehran. Are you bloody serious? I thought we were done with this. America control the Israelis.
What? I'm sorry. Fucking what? Did United Rapistan just tell America to control another country? You know, this coming from the country that can't control itself and is basically surrendered itself to extremists that they have allowed to run rampant through the streets and basically destroy your children. And you're going to say control another country? Shut the fuck up. Just shut your mouth. For the love of fuck.
Control them. When they were the first ones fired upon after the deal. I don't think you understand how this works.
No, they don't care how it works because they've already surrendered. See, this is the thing. United Rapistan thinks that Israel should just follow suit to what they did, which is basically just give up their entire country to the Muslim extremists who just come in, run roughshod, take over, and then just start raping their women and children en masse, and thus destroying their societal, destroying their society to supplant it with their own. That's what beans on falafel what thinks should happen.
You remember every time someone has touched my boats since like forever, with the exception of Israel? Yeah, I'm tracking that. I don't know what happened there. I haven't even looked that far into it. But yeah, pretty much every time someone touches my boats, I really overreact.
Yeah.
I can imagine I would feel the exact same way if I was like, cool, we have peace, and then rockets landed in...
Yeah, no kidding.
I gotta think of a city that I actually like. San Antonio's not bad.
We are sending our delegation to speak with your vice president about going forward with peace in my country and around the Middle East.
It's never going to happen. Sorry, that is never going to happen. The Middle East has been a hotbed of attempted genocide for a millennia. And because the majority of the countries contained within them in the Middle East work off of Muslim tribal, law, and even that is fractured to individual tribes in and of themselves, there will never be peace in the Middle East. There's only one method that's going to work for bringing peace in the Middle East, and that's basically completely taking it over. Legitimately, that is the only way. Is to basically completely steamroll, like to basically do a coalition, which again, I fully appreciate. This is never going to happen. This is me, basically doing an in a perfect world thing where people get, work together. Okay, bearing in mind, I'm fully aware that this is a fucking dream and it's never going to happen. But the only way that peace in the Middle East is going to come about is if there's a coalition of Western countries that literally just steamroll the entire fucking Middle East, take out the entire leadership, implant their own leadership, and basically just take over that entire region. And then basically say, it's now our way or the highway. If you don't like it, too fucking bad. We're going to make you like it. Because left to their own devices of tribalism.
Middle East has been the world's PvP server since the dawn of recorded
and that's what I'm
history.
talking about. The only way is for Western nations to go in, take it over. No, you don't need to glass it. You do not need to glass it. You literally go in, take it over, install both leadership and military and police forces, and say, this is how the game is now going to get played. If you don't like it, too fucking that. And then you basically remove the rampant, completely fractured tribalism that is what has resulted in the Middle East being a PvP server forever. And you say, guess what? You're no longer a PvP server. If you don't like it, then we will enact justice the way it should be done. Now, again, do I think that's ever going to happen? No. For one of several reasons. Number one, because there's not a snowball's chance in hell that all the Western nations will get together to cooperate in that way for an operation such as this. Number two, it is now we are basically talking about literally colonizing. We are talking about literally doing a hostile takeover of an entire region, which that is a problem all on its own. where you're basically it's again, you're going to foster a great deal of resentment from the native populations, and they're going to, it's again, I'm not saying this is perfect, okay? Again, I am not a, I am not a political genius here, or I'm not like someone that is skilled at nation building or anything like that. This is a layperson just talking about this and just saying that, like, because of the way the Middle East operates in terms of religion and tribalism, how everything is completely fractured, nobody talks to the other. There's like, even if they like it, even if they like eliminated, like, if the Middle East eliminated the tribalism and it had some kind of unity where the people of Iran were the people of Iran, the people of Pakistan were the people of Pakistan, the people of Afghanistan were the people of Afghanistan, and you didn't have 50 million fucking tribes that were all constantly at war with one another, then that alone could basically bring about maybe some kind of unity where people could actually get together and rebuild their country. But the problem is, it's like with the Middle East and with Africa, is there's the tribalism that these people refuse to give up. That culture of tribalism is what is keeping them in the fucking Stone Age. And honestly, the only way that will be given up is if you have an outside force just come in and go, fuck it, you're no longer a tribe, you're one nation. And like forcibly make them a unified nation versus a fractured one comprised of dozens upon dozens of tribes. Yeah, and it's the Islamic extremism. Hate to say it, but yeah.
Least.
We tried being nice with you guys, but here's the deal. Either A, you open the strait back up again, you maintain peace, you tell your Hezbollah, Hamas, your whatever, your homeboys to just chill the fuck out, and then we can, go for a longer peace, a longing. That was, well, I do know the right words. I wanted to use a different one right there. It's probably the best words ever. Anyways.
God.
Or there's another option, and that is you won't make it back to your country alive, and then we'll take the entire strait and we'll charge everybody, probably in the world, 20% of the oil going through the strait.
Yes, more of that. That is peace through fucking strength. I don't care who you are. Those are direct quotes. Well, paraphrasing a little bit, but yes, he did say, you won't make it back from the negotiation. We'll take the entire strait and charge everybody 20%, and you will cease to exist. Those are real things that he said. That is peace through fucking strength. You are...
Yeah, it is, but here's the thing. I'm still critical. I'm still feeling critical. Because you know what? He's talked big games like this before. And everybody always had the same response. Yes, that's how you do it. Fucking base, blah, blah, blah. But how much of a follow-through was there? Every time he said this stuff, how much of a follow-through was there? Not much. There had, like, with ever since this has started, Trump has said a lot of big words, talked really tough. He's followed through on maybe a fraction of his tough talk. Maybe a fraction of it he's followed through on. That's the thing. He's talked a tough game ever since the beginning, and he's only followed through on a couple of them, maybe. He did yoink the... Yeah, but we're not talking about Venezuela here. I'm talking about since the starting with Iran. That's what it boils down to. Unless he is actually willing to follow through with action, none of this matters. Absolutely none of this matters, which is why I'm incredibly skeptical. HLC's like, yes, I want to see more of that. Yes, that's leading to strength. Cool. It's strong words. Where's the action? I am 100% reserving judgment until I follow-up action to it. Because he's like, he's done this like big tough talk before, saying he's gonna, paraphrasing, or basically he's talked about how he's gonna, effectively speaking, like blast entire sections of the country where he's made all of these threats, And like Iran pretended like they were backing down, and then 5 seconds later went, "Oh, just kidding. I had my fingers crossed," and they keep slinging missiles everywhere. And what has he done in response? Nothing. So I'm sorry, until I see action following up this tough talk, if Iran doesn't play ball, it means nothing. I'm sorry. I know people are all about this, and people are all like, rah, rah, yeah, he's talking tough, he's getting tough with them. It can't be just words if Iran just kind of goes, okay, go for it, and they keep doing their big offensives. If he does not follow up with the promise, with the action that he's promising, then the words mean nothing. They really do. By the way, Sketty, Holy Ball, and Lou, thank you all for the subs. Thank you very much.
Just warmongers.
I've been around 250 years, a lot longer than your IRGC. And there was a point in time where America waged war for moral reasons. Because we cared about the people in the world. We don't want them living under oppressive regimes. And we want freedom of navigation, freedom of maneuver, freedom of trade. And that previous deal pretty much didn't give anyone in the Middle East any of that shit. Now we're going about things the right way. It's not a longing for war. It's a longing for lasted peace.
We'll see.
Oh, crap. He's going back to the old school. You fucked up.
I can't believe you even think this is America first. This is obviously Israel first.
Okay, I thought the UK rejected Hassan from coming there. Why the fuck is UK going with Hassan talking points at this? I was giving them like a tiny little bit of props when they rejected Hassan's visitor's visa, and now they're using his fucking talking points? What the actual fuck are we doing here? For God's sake! It's like people need to stop blaming. Oh my God, let's blame fucking everything on Israel is lazy. Sorry, it's just fucking lazy. To literally take everything and blame Israel, that is the sign of someone with a low intelligence quotient that has not actually tried to think through a problem and figure out what's actually going on. They just default to, it's Israel's fault. And I'm sorry, if you're going to do that, like Hassan does, I immediately think you're an idiot and you don't have an original thought in your own head.
That's where you got us all wrong there, Beans on Toast. I'm 3 moves ahead. So here's the thing. We pay on paper like $6-point-something billion to Israel for their defense against Islamic extremism, right?
Yeah.
Most of which stems from Iran. If we eliminate that threat, well, that's $6 billion that could stay right in the fucking United States.
Look, dude, there's only so long that I can put people in timeout and try and be nice with them before it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just have to snuff you out because you're a problem. Hell, 80 years ago, we did it with the Germans and the Japanese. And then, 1991, luckily, Slavic Special Ed, collapsed under the weight of his own failures. But yeah, we used to do things like this.
Say what you want to about Germany in the 1940s, but I will say, AIPAC didn't control their politicians.
Buff! That's like saying North Korea doesn't have a gun problem.
Also true. Broken clock and whatnot.
Speaking of politicians, and look at this amazing subject change. I'm recording this on Sunday, so I don't know the outcome right now.
Okay.
But rumor has it, on apparently good authority, your prime minister's about to step down.
And
What's
he
up with
gone.
that? The people of the United Kingdom are more or less against him and his policies.
No
And
shit.
Any good representative, and perhaps yours should listen to this, when the people don't back the policies of that politician, they are obligated to do a safe and, with due process, removal of themselves and place somebody else in charge to represent the people.
Except there's a big, big fucking problem. Where he's trying to say, oh, maybe you should listen to this. Guess what? The United States is not wholesale locking people up for making mean social media posts, and they're not letting illegal immigrants or even legal immigrants from third world countries come in, basically steamroll over your own populace to allow them to basically groom, rape, and traffic your children. There's a giant fucking difference. And yeah, it's not like, oh, he's stepping down and now there's going to be an election. This is the UK. So Keir Starmer is stepping down. Guaranteed he's fucking groomed someone that's going to be just as bad or even fucking worse that is going to step into his place, because it's not like the people are voting for his replacement. The Labour Party, which is who Keir Starmer was a part of, gets to select who is going to take his place, and it's a good fucking bet right now that the person that takes his place is probably going to be as bad or fucking worse than Keir. Which means you can maybe count on the fact that the violation of civil rights is going to get ramped up to, at least in terms of the white people in Britain. They're going to start rounding white people up more in Britain. They're going to start letting the immigrants run even more roughshod and just basically do whatever the fuck they want. It's not like there's a chance that this is going to improve. Keir Starmer stepping down, good chance, probably not going to fix anything. And the people of the UK need to keep up the fight. Okay? The people of the UK need to not lose their energy. They absolutely need to keep up the resistance. They need to keep fucking fighting until basically you get completely new leadership in there. I don't know if there's, I don't know UK politics. I don't know if there can be a demand for a snap election to basically do an entirely new electorate and do all new elections for everybody to get actual good people, like from historic Britain in place. I don't know if that is a possibility or not, but like the native Britain patriots need to keep fucking fighting. They need to keep up the pressure. They need to keep up the energy. They can't slack off, because the minute they slack off, the British, the party is going to immediately take advantage of that weakness, and then they're just going to come down on them like a ton of bricks. If you don't think that the party is going to take revenge against the native Britons that stood up to them the minute they show weakness, I'm sorry, I got a bridge in London to sell you really fucking cheap.
Wild take. Hey, guy in charge. We don't want to be stabbed by Middle Eastern immigrants. Okay, he's gonna quit.
So what would you suggest, like the individual who decided to stab 5 random immigrants that he saw to fight back against Muslims?
I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it. I want to say it, but I'm not going to say it.
Now, I won't advocate for violence against people who've never perpetrated said violence. There's only so long you can push the white man before we decide to chimp out. But I will admit, dude was a bit early on the crusade.
Of course, Buff. You're just blinded by racism.
Shut the oh, this guy's gonna make me, this fucker's gonna make me Inferno. This isn't about, U.S. has a problem with this too. No, it's not about racism, you cock-gobbling thunder cunts. This is about, actually, no, it is about racism in fucking reverse, okay? This is about the government of the UK allowing non-white Britons to take over the fucking country and basically assault, stab, groom, rape, and traffic your white native patriots. So yeah, it is racism against your native fucking people. You got it ass backwards, you dumb fuck. But then again, this is the party we're talking about. They don't know their ass from a fucking hole in the ground, and they are more than happy to be conquered by foreign extremists that have actually given up the game before they even came to the country. Before all of these migrants from the third world even came to the country, they have been vocal about, yes, we are literally going to take over the country. This is how we are planning on taking over the country, and they've said it before they even come through. They have broadcast this shit. And the UK government went, yeah, sure, come on in. Come right on in. Take over our country. Yeah, we're not going to do anything. And the native Britain patriots are basically going, no, we're not going to accept this. We're not going to roll over and play dead. We're going to fight fucking back. And if you have a problem with it, then we're going to fight fucking back against you too. It's game fucking on. And guess what? These guys play fucking dirty. As a Canadian, I'm very proud of that. There are two ways right now of calling a general election. The new PM calls for it, fat chance of that. The king uses powers to dissolve the current parliament and have a general election happen. And again, from what you've said about the king, Heckle, I'm guessing that probably ain't gonna fucking happen. But you know what will? Public pressure. Public pressure might force the PM to call a general election. If enough patriots keep the pressure up, that's why I said you cannot back down. You have to keep the pressure up, because the second you back down, the party is going to use that weakness against you, and they will enact revenge. So you got to keep the pressure up and force. You have to force the PM with public pressure to call for an election.
You say racism, I say kind of a deeper understanding of how things actually happen. Listen, I've been around this sun a whole bunch of times. I've seen a lot of things happen in the world, and the reality is most religions on the planet really have a culture of conversion. Now, a couple of those have a culture of conversion through extreme violence. You can't coexist with those fucking people.
Yep.
This is the one I'm getting canceled for, I bet.
Did you see the terror plot that they busted trying to use explosive drones at the America 250th?
Huh?
Was an illegal immigrant in charge, just saying.
Yeah, Buff, but there is a little bit of a nuance there, okay? I don't think that him being an illegal immigrant had anything to do with being just a shit human. There were many Americans that were actually part of that plot as well. Can you...
No, HLC, hold on. How many Americans are siding with the criminal illegal aliens currently in the United States? Saying, oh, just because there was an illegal immigrant doesn't mean anything because there are actually Americans part of it. There is a now large subset of American citizens that are siding with illegal immigrants and are happy to join in them in attacking their own country. They are traitors to the country. Let's make this really fucking clear. Every one of them are traitors to the country. So, but that's just saying there were American citizens that were part of the plot. Yeah, traitors that have sided with literally foreign enemies. That makes them foreign enemies.
As well. Can you guys just fucking stop? Like, I'm getting so tired of this shit.
Yeah.
You want change in politics? Stop trying to kill people. All you do is strengthen their base when you do. That's it. That's it. You increase the divide between Americans the more you do that. Take your issues to the polling booths. Go vote these people out of office if you have that much of an issue with them. And guess what? If you take everyone you get rallied together and you take them to the voting booth and you still lose, you take that shit in stride and you continue on the next time. That's all you...
Yeah, except they don't, because they basically they have the minds of grade schoolers. They can't move on because they have been indoctrinated into the cult of woke, into the cult of DEI, and they refuse to let it go. They whine and cry and say this is not fair, and because we don't consider it fair, we're going to hurt people because of it. That's how these people think. It's literally adult daycare. And by them continuing to do this over and over and over again, it's also pushing the other side one step closer to just snapping. I've said this before. With everything that's currently going on in America, it's only going to take one bad day. It's going to take one incident. I have no idea what that might be. I don't know how, when it might occur, but it's going to take one bad moment for people to just for some people to basically say, I've had enough, and now I'm actually going to fight back, and I'm not talking about civilly. I'm terrified of that moment where there's this one incident that will spark people to basically go, I'm done, to take up arms and basically resort to the violence that has been inflicted against them. That they're going to say, we're tired of violence being inflicted against us. It's time for us to start dishing it out instead. And it's going to start small, but it's going to escalate. And that is a terrifying thought. That is like, I'm not advocating for this, obviously, because that is a terrifying thought. Because the moment the other side basically says we're done being the victims, we're going to be the aggressors, is the day that the whole country fractures and we will get a civil war. Again, I've said this before. If you have one side calling the other side a monster over and over and over again, just to basically try and get them to roll over and do what you say, eventually that side is going to look over and go, fine, you want to call me a monster, I'm going to be the fucking monster that you're so terrified of. And at that point, it's going to be too late and everything is going to go up for grabs. People are going to get hurt. People are going to die. And the entire country is going to fucking fracture. And that is legitimately a terrifying prospect.
That's all you do. I'm so fucking tired of attempted attacks on politicians and everybody else. Like, it's not even, honestly, the next one, I genuinely suspect one of you fuckers is going to come running in doing a Naruto run. And I hope you just get put full of fucking holes because I'm so tired of this shit. It's just exhausting. We will find you and we will prosecute you. I may look a little teary-eyed right now because it is so hard to keep my eyes that far open for that long to even just say a single line. Seriously, Cash, blink.
Did you guys see that we beat Australia in the World Cup? Also, we have an American soccer team. That's news to me. Hey, fuckers, now you gotta call it soccer.
Mate, we already call it soccer. I don't know what you're on about. But it was a good game overall. Kind of proud of you, Yanks. You did pretty well. But I guess we'll get you next time. Nah, it did seem like you guys had a good time here. It was a good game. It really was a good game, man.
Yeah, like I've been seeing the reports, like literally every foreign soccer team that has come to the U.S. for the World Cup is just, they are just creaming themselves with American life. They are experiencing American lifestyles, American foods, and they're falling fucking in love with it. Like ranch dressing, holy crap! So many. I think it was a German soccer, like it was either a German tourist or a German World Cup soccer player was basically describing like ranch dressing like crack. He's like, "What is this delicious crack? I'm taking as much of it home as possible." Like they tried to take home. Yeah, they love Buc-ee's. They love ranch dressing. They love fast food. They love the barbecue. Like, they are loving everything about the U.S. It's like the U.S. is basically creating a whole new batch of Americans that they can then send back to their home countries. They absolutely fucking love everything about the U.S. And point of fact is they're realizing that everything that they were told about the U.S. is pretty much a lie. Like, now that they've come over to the U.S. to compete in the World Cup and they've been able to experience U.S. life, a lot of them are saying that they realize now that what they have been told back home about Americans and American life has functionally been a lie. And yeah, it's because they only get CNN. That's predominantly the only news that Europe gets from America is CNN. So they've been getting the completely wrong impression about the US for fucking decades because CNN is just full of like leftist propaganda and that's all they've been feeding the rest of the world. And then they actually come to the US and they go, this is absolutely nothing like what CNN says. It is completely different. This is fucking amazing. So yeah, it's like the World Cup has been probably one of the greatest PR campaigns for the United States in at least like a decade or two. This has just done so much to bolster like America with nations all over the world where they're going to go back and go, America's actually fucking great.
And it's, I think that this World Cup is bringing a lot of different cultures together and we're all kind of enjoying each other. It's beautiful to see. It really is. Australia, don't let them talk down to you like that. Remember, far past when they left, you were a member of the British Empire. Mate, we were a prison colony.
Yes!
We were sent down here because you thought nobody would ever fucking escape. Now, that was hard to say with this accent. And besides, Australians don't get fucking butthurt about every little thing like y'all do. America's pretty alright in my book. We trade a lot of weapons with them. They give us some shit. We send some shit to Ukraine. Kill Russians. Like, life's not bad. I don't like everyone getting so chummy with the United States. Haven't you?
Why are you worried that they're all going to start looking at you and going, you know what? You've actually become a fascist dictatorship and we don't like you. And thus there's going to be world pressure on you to basically make a massive fucking change. Is that what you're scared of, UK? Are you afraid that you're not going to be allowed to be the United Rapistan anymore?
You seen the news? How bad they are? How evil they are? The buffoon in charge and the dumb shit he says? Laddie, you need to shut your little bitch mouth up. We had
Yes!
ourselves a great time, aside from a couple of bars running out of alcohol out in Boston. But
Why?
the plane ran out of booze when we were on our way there. But it's not like
Shit.
the news says. Most Americans are fucking awesome. They're nice. They want to learn about our country. They want to experience things with us. We had a great time there.
Yes. And that is what it's all about. This is something that is forgotten about in the wake of basically forcing other cultures. People in, not just America, in the Western world, okay? No, it's not going to be. People in America and the Western world at large are actually interested in all other cultures. They are interested in learning about them. Because there are many things in various cultures throughout the world that are very interesting, that are fascinating, that are like, oh, that part of your culture is actually pretty fucking awesome. Here's the difference. There's a difference between, a communal exchanging of cultures and knowledge, and then a culture that basically wants to steamroll over your entire country and take it over and turn it into yours, which is a culture that involves subjugating women and children and basically turning them into flesh slaves. That's the big fucking difference. When you do that, no one wants to deal with that. No Western nation wants to deal with that. But otherwise, like all the other cultures, people are like, yeah, we want to learn about actual UK culture, not whatever the fuck it is now. But actual UK culture, Japanese culture, South Korean culture, German culture, French culture, Spanish culture, like the actual culture of the nations before they got taken over by extremists. People want to learn about all of this. They want to exchange ideas. They might even want to bring some of that culture into their own because it can be a complement to it instead of a suppression and a dominance factor to it. But that's not what this has been all about, especially in the UK. It hasn't been an exchange of ideas and culture. It's been taking one culture, cramming it down everyone's throat and saying, you will like this. This is your new culture. Accept it or we're going to throw you in prison. That's the difference.
Maybe the same could be said. Americans need to come on over here and have themselves a good time. Yeah, the Scots had a blast here, and that is absolutely... I'm fucking dumbfounded that bars ran out of alcohol in Boston. That just tells me the next time the Scots play in the U.S., we're going to do it probably in Wisconsin. Scotland, you too? Oh, this is just rubbish. Sorry, can't fucking hear you. Country roads.
Yes, I heard about this.
Home
yes.
To the place I belong. West Virginia.
Those dudes are always fucking welcome, man.
Right? We went there to just experience a soccer game, and it was a good time. Don't get me wrong, it was a good time. But then we started experiencing other things.
Scots partied in the park in Boston and then cleaned up after themselves. How about that? How about that? They made a mess, and then they took responsibility and cleaned it up. How about that?
Things in the United States. UK, have you ever seen a fucking bookies? I don't know why you got yourselves 400 gas pumps at one goddamn gas station. I don't know if you're fueling your army there or something. And then we went to this thing called a rodeo. Bunch of those fucking Yanks decided to strap themselves down to some bulls, and they just held on as long as they fucking could. Well, they had a rope tied around its nuts. It was fucking awesome. Yeah, it also made us realize things that we didn't know that were just here.
Huh?
Like ranch. Oh my god.
Yes!
Ranch sauce. Oh, just inject it right into my veins.
Yes!
Can't be
They actually, I remember seeing something that was it Kraft? I can't remember if it was Kraft or not. They actually made like a take-home kit to give to like the people from the World Cup that loved it, that loved it so much. It was like a soft-bodied like zip-up container that had a fucked not black market. I think they actually sold this. I think it was made by Kraft for it was a Hidden Valley. Okay, it was Hidden Valley. They made like a soft-backed like container, zip-up soft-back container that was packed with sealed ranch packets that were TSA compliant that they could bring home with them. Because they loved it. So, not the squeezable bottles. No, they could not bring the squeezable bottles. That was the problem. They wanted to and they couldn't. So Hidden Valley made these like take-home kits that they could that were like sealed packets of ranch, like a fuck ton of them in there, and that they could take home. It was amazing.
That good. I mean, we traveled the world and found some of the best spices and delicacies on the planet. Imported them here into England, and well, it is quite a culinary adventure.
You never fucking use them. Fucking blames on falafel. Talk about we import all these spices and you never fucking use them. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I went through London one time, and at the airport I stopped at a restaurant and I ordered an English breakfast. Everything was boiled, and nothing had any seasoning on it.
Yep.
They boiled the bacon. And that's a blasphemy to Americans. Not everything has to be deep fried.
Bacon is pan fried, not deep fried. You watch your fucking mouth.
Wait till you boys come up here and try yourself some Canadian bacon. Canada, it's ham.
Oh, God.
It's just a slab of ham.
It's ham.
That's it.
It is.
There's no curing process. There's no salt and pepper. There's nothing. It's fucking ham. Seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like every country, especially Canada, just had to come up with one thing that was protein, one thing that was just sugar, and one thing that was a carbohydrate, so that way you got maple syrup, poutine, and fucking Canadian bacon.
But we got the poutine. We got that, and plenty of Americans do love the poutine. Not me. I'm not a fan of the poutine, but that's just me. Most Americans that come up to Canada and have Canadian poutine and Canadian maple syrup are like, holy crap, this is crack. Like, so, well, for like the Scots where they're talking about where the ranch dressing was crack, that's like Canadian poutine and maple syrup. Okay, I'm just saying. What is poutine? Poutine is basically fries, gravy, and cheese curds. Basically, you take a container of fries, you pour gravy over it, and then you pour like melted cheese curds over it and consume. And a lot of people really like it. A lot of people really enjoy it.
You can say are yours. All three, I don't know, I've never had poutine. Maple syrup is actually fucking delicious. But yes. Slab-o ham, overrated, bro. Although
it's considered comfort
your
food.
portion sizes are fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like it's insane the amount of food you get, and then 3 refills. We went to a little Mexican food place, and this guy just kept bringing chips and salsa to the table, and we were like, "Hey, we didn't order that," and they're like, "Oh no, it's free." Okay, so we finished it, and they brought us another one. You guys really do the honor system well there.
Oh no, that's well. At Mexican food places, that's just Mexican culture in general. They don't cook like, hey, we're gonna feed 5 people, we need to cook 5 servings. They always cook like they're trying to end world hunger.
Bacon drizzle.
That's what I'm talking
maple
about.
Syrup.
Bacon drizzle with maple syrup? Fuck no, I'm getting hungry. Why'd you have to do that to me? Now I'm getting hungry. What HLC said is exactly what I was talking about. It's the Mexican culture to basically just, instead of trying to do 5 portions, they just want to basically feed everyone in the fucking restaurant all simultaneously, along with everybody that's still in the parking lot. Again, the people in the West are more than welcoming of other cultures. They are very interested because there are things in their cultures that are like, yeah, I love this. This is great. And they want to experience that. Like, that's just how it is. But when you try and cram it in down people's throats and say, you will like this or else, that's where the problem comes in. And Apollyon, thank you for the sub. Thank you.
When Consuela goes to the fucking kitchen, shit's gonna be amazing.
No, we have no hungry people here. No.
Great, that was great. Started off a little bit rough, but goddamn did that not end fan-fucking-tastically.
Ember burns bright, bright.